Who locked you there in the first place? Who is keeping you in this place?
Sorry excuse for troglodytes.
You've killed many. Are they keeping you here too?
They tricked me.
Tricked you? How did they do that?
They fed me until I grew sleepy, and then chained me.
Oh yes, that'll do it. That'll do it.
Tuxedo Ken!
That's Tuxedo Ken.
We returned to the adventuring party deep within Stonetooth Mountain. Having fought your way through the mountain door, past a horde of orcs, descending down into the darkness and fighting some troglodytes, a bear, finding a gleaming sword, as well as a dwarven mausoleum. Having ransacked the tombs and crypts there, finding a hammer and a few other treasures. Continuing to exploring, where Tyee found a mud and wattle door. Upon dislodging that, found yourself in a large cavern with some troglodytes. Dispatched those guards. Found the entrance to a larger lair that housed quite a few troglodytes that you absolutely slayed. Finding their egg nest, you proceeded to destroy all but one egg that Vinny is currently carrying. You find yourself in a passage that opens kind of into a long, narrow, low cavern. It's got 3 narrow passages twisting off into the darkness. Numerous rock columns rise to meet the stone overhead, and the air is thick with troglodyte stench. The floor is slick with the remains, as 11 troglodyte corpses lay about around you. The floor is also littered with just refuge from the monster's meals and gnawed bones of dubious origin. And that is where we will pick up this week.
Now I found a another one of those mud brick here outstanding.
To the north, you found another mud and wattle door.
All right, and that's where I was at the end. Anyway, I just wanted to put myself there for a marker.
Yeah, that's fine. I just moved you back to open space because it's easier to drag.
Just Talgar, how are you doing? You did not look so well during that last battle. Talgar, you're very quiet. We cannot hear you.
Is the microphone not working?
Yeah, broadcast.
Yeah, I see him keying in. That's it.
Your line. Yeah, you probably wouldn't get the full ransom for his hand.
God.
Hello?
There's Mindleak.
I don't know what happened. The mic muted for some reason.
Technology, man. Sometimes you can't turn it off and on again.
Yep.
So, oh yes, Mindleak, you weren't here last week. Your character destroyed quite a few.
No, I was here last week. Just the week before I wasn't.
Ah, okay. Never mind.
Well, gentlemen, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to take a little bit of a rest. Need a little bit of a sit down.
Fine with me. Very top of your screen. Next to long rest, click the short rest button. Oh yeah, under dark mode engage.
So, is the party choosing to rest here?
Short one, I suppose.
How long would you like to relax in the troglodyte stench and grime?
I'm going to get a breather. I'm going to take about an hour to relax my body.
That's nice. Okay, so the party settles in for about an hour's worth of rest. I'll let you
know
guys
that
go ahead and roll your stats and whatnot.
you should all know
whenever
that
it happens.
Kalbren and I, we investigated the paths going to what I believe is the north. I'm just gonna point down to where we found the other passage, and it seems like this path continues there. There's another one of those mud walls.
Maybe more drugs.
Oh, there's probably a never-ending sea of trogs.
But it is possible.
Oh, well, it's in their nature of ancient. I've known that goblins aren't known for surrendering either.
Well, we've been assigned with clearing the orcs, so if there are more down here, then they should be dispatched as well to make sure that we have been thorough. So I suggest we, when we're ready, we press on.
Maybe more orcs, more orc hands, more money.
That is exactly how I think too, Karl.
So, what would the party like to do?
Well, I feel much better. We should. I suppose we should investigate that hole in the wall.
Let's go take a look.
Yes, very well. And Vesmir casts Mold Earth again, clears it.
So you find that it's actually a little bit thicker than the last one. And your mold earth pulls away a decent amount of the stone and kind of crumbles it, but it looks like almost like something's like more mud has been piled up on the other side. The outer door looks just like the other ones, but as you kind of get through that, and there's kind of like just a big mud pile. That looks very fresh.
Maybe something that didn't like the trogs on this side.
Talgar, poke it with your sword.
Do what? You cut out. Sorry.
Talgar, poke that with your sword. Get that mud and junk out of there. Let's go.
I'll temporarily pull out my crappy old sword and start trying to get it out of the way.
All right, so you dig into it and kind of use it as an impromptu shovel as you pull it back and start scraping away. It doesn't take you too long to get through it. You're definitely working up a sweat. You're kind of filthy at this point from all the mud. But you start poking through it and you hear something scaly scraping the floor as you kind of break through to the other side. And
Break
you
up.
all need to go ahead and roll initiatives.
Break up.
Roll
To the
initiative.
other side. Neat.
All right, Vinny. 16. Talgar.
17.
17. Karl.
23.
23. Tyee.
A 2.
Did you say 2?
I did.
Okay.
That was your neat. I hadn't actually looked at your roll yet.
Vesmir.
15.
15. Fantastic. So Karl, you can from your position, you hear the noise. As some of the mud pushes away, and you can see that there's a room that's lit by a hearth on the other side. What would you like to do?
Alrighty, let's do some measuring.
Yeah, I mean the room's kind of lit by like some like glowing coals in there, and you hear that scaly kind of scrape as well as kind of like some jaws snapping closed. But from your position, you can't really see anything. Talgar, you would see this like creature lunging at you.
Alright, well, I guess first things first.
Am I able to relay what I'm seeing back to the team?
Sure.
Either way,
Fucking
first
scaly
things first, I would come around the corner here, which is 5-10 foot. Oh, so the like crocodile thing there is what he sees?
Yeah, it looks to be a giant lizard, and
Oh, I see.
from there you can see that the glowing coals come from a crude hearth. It's kind of illuminating this large cave room. The ceiling here rises about 15 feet above the floor. There's rubbish and skins covering the floor. And there's a lizard the size of a small horse kind of like moving and chomping its mouth as it's kind of making its way towards Talgar. Behind the lizard, you can see a hulking, scaly-skinned creature, like easily a foot taller than any of the other troglodyte lizards you've seen. He's kind of glaring at you and Talgar and snarling.
All right. Well, we're going to bonus action Hunter's Mark the Trog. And then we're going to do our normal Dread Ambusher thing and fire 2 shots, and we'll see against the Trog, and we'll see if they hit.
Okay.
Well, before I do that, I guess would the Trog have cover from my perspective or not?
Well, those just kind of on the moves, and you're an experienced bowman. I would say that you'd be able to get a clean shot.
All right, so here we go. 2 shots on the Trog. 22 and... All right. 22 and 12.
The first one hits, which kind of spins him around as the second one sails right by, but the first one does hit.
That's going to
grunt.
5 plus 8 damage. And then, I'll spend the rest of my movement to duck back behind the corner because, I'm giving somebody else room to get in that square to do something, and that's all my turn.
Okay. The giant lizard will lunge, crawling over the mud and snapping at Talgar there as it attempts to bite you. And he rolls a 19.
It's going to be a hit.
So its jaws wrap around you, and it does 6 piercing damage as its teeth crunch into you.
Guys, ouch. It's a big thing.
The snarling, larger troglodyte is going to raise a hand at you as fire emits from it and streaks towards you, Talgar. And that rolls a 20.
That's another hit.
Oh, damn it.
Was it a dirty 20 or a nat 20?
No, it was a dirty 20. It does 1 point of fire damage as the protective layer of mud around you prevents it from doing more. And with that, it is your move. Vinny, you're on deck.
All right, bonus action. I'm going to cast my Divine Shield.
Okay.
Or Shield of Faith, sorry.
I'm going to change the size of this lizard. But it's still a big lizard.
She just got smaller.
All right, I'm going to swing on the lizard.
Okay.
Me a 19.
Yeah, a 19 is going to hit.
God damn it. 9 damage.
All right.
That'll do it.
Blade swings into its head. It makes a significant cut. But it looks like it still has a decent amount of fight left in it. And
Am I
with
in
that,
direct contact with it, or am I able to move away?
you are in melee contact with it.
Okay, Roger.
Vinny, you're up. Vesmir, you're on deck. Where is your character? Yeah, you can't occupy the same space as him, unfortunately. Gotcha. Unfortunately, you can't cast a spell from the same space he's in. Can you see him from there?
He probably could. I could. That's why. That's also why I moved
Oh.
where I did to free up that space.
You've
Gotcha.
just got line of sight.
Yeah. All right. And yes, you can. Charisma. It's a 9 for the lizard
Not a very charismatic lizard.
and 7 for the tall troglodyte in the back. So they both fail. All right, you're able to scrunch down with your small stature, and I would say that you have partial cover. Vesmir, you hear this commotion up front. What would you like to do?
Okay, so I've got
Fire on
line of sight at the moment with the lizard. Is it open ceiling above it, or is it like an archway so it's not exactly full 15 feet above?
I'm not understanding the question.
Sorry. So where the lizard is right now, roughly up straight above it, is there about 15 feet of space?
Yes.
Okay. I will cast Levitate on the lizard. It is a Constitution save of 14.
Okay. Lizard Constitution. It has rolled a 17. 17 minus 3, that is a 14.
Oh, so close. Damn it. All right. Yeah, bad luck. That is my turn.
Its girth keeps it grounded. And Tyee, you're up. Karl, you're on deck.
There seems to be no end to the filth down here. My robes are going to light up with the archer once more. And I'm going to lead off with a, on the giant lizard, with a guiding bolt.
All right.
Does a 14 hit.
I can't hear you.
Does a 14 hit.
14 does hit.
18 radiant damage.
Holy shit.
And I'm going to follow it up with advantage. My starry form shot.
Hold on. So it was 18?
It was.
Okay. And that was on the giant lizard?
It was.
So, in a blinding flash of radiant light, the lizard lights up, and the radiant energy just like peels back its flesh, and it collapses on the floor, no longer moving.
Oh. Okay. Okay, I think we got it. Good job, guys. Let's go ahead and relax. And that's gonna end my turn.
Karl, you're up.
out. Well, thank you, because I was talking. So what light sources are there in the room?
The hearth has got coals in it that is illuminating the room.
I went. So my goal here is to see if I can get in darkness because emo reasons. Would that corner be dark?
This room that you're coming into is kind of the whole thing is lit from the
Oh,
embers.
it's lit. Okay, well, it's lit enough.
So it's like a fire going, in the room. So
no, we'll deal with that. Actually, so we're just going to move in front of Talgar, take our shot, and go back because we're that kind of ranger. Come on. All right. Well, technical difficulties aside, I intend to be in the square straight in front of Talgar. Yet I'm on the arch, and we're going to fire at the drug.
Okay.
Pull the bow back and carefully aim it and let fly with a 22.
22 hits.
22 is going to take. He's going to take 6, 7, 8, 9 plus. Not bad. 14 damage, and then I will use some more movement to go back to my corner, and then I'm done.
Okay. Troglodyte is looking pretty bloodied at this point. But he is still got a little bit of fight left in him here. He is going to yell something in his guttural troglodyte language. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's going to run up to Talgar with no fear. And he's going to hold his hand out and send a wave of fire. Oh, damn. It would be, but he doesn't have that actual skill. That I read it wrong. So instead, he runs and sprays poison. So I need a Constitution saving throw from Talgar and Vinny.
$13.
Both of you pass. So it doesn't do anything as this noxious gas sprays from his palms. He sees that it doesn't do anything to you, realizes he's put himself in a very bad position, and that is his turn. Talgar, you are up. Vinny, you're on deck.
Just gonna kind of look down at him from his little attempt, and I'm gonna swing my sword on him. It's a 15.
So as you swing your sword down, a bubble of arcane energy erupts around him, and your sword hits it, but causes no damage.
Oh, good. Then it's my turn.
Vinny, you're up. Vesmir, you're on deck.
When his sword made no, when he made contact, did he miss? Did something happen?
It basically hit a shimmering arcane field and stopped.
Oh, okay. I was curious if we would have seen something. All right, so
Flavor text for him using shield as his reaction.
No. Yeah, that's I love it. I just wanted to make sure.
Not the wisest troglodyte. 9. Okay. Vesmir, you're up. Tyee, you're on deck.
Just gonna cast Ray of Frost. And that is a 22 to hit.
That hits.
He takes 7 points of frost damage.
Seven points. All right.
Yep.
You see his
And-
frost crystals erupt around him. He looks staggered, but still on his feet.
That's my turn.
Tyee, you're up. Karl, you're on deck.
Oh, I see we've matched caster to caster. I'm gonna start off with another guiding bolt.
All right.
Does a 23 hit?
23 will hit. Shield shimmers for a second as your radiant energy just pierces through it. Does
11 radiant
11
damage.
points. And he gets charred by your radiant energy, stumbles backwards a couple feet, and falls and is no longer moving.
Oh.
All right, so you catch his body and lay it down, still glowing from the radiant guiding bolt, which eliminates the room even further. And we are out of combat.
Ah. Anything on his? Anything on his? Exactly. Ah, yes, Karl. That's good. You should check him. Very good.
I think our little green buddy is.
Let's see here on setting up. No, it doesn't have any of that stuff. So actually, the body is devoid of any type of loot.
I'm going to scope out the room, just looking for valuables.
So as everybody kind of fans out, why don't you give me a perception roll? Give me a minute on that. So what was the perception, Karl? Yeah. So
No, 14. Sorry, 14.
all right. So as you kind of enter the room, Tyee, this moment you enter the room, like among all the refuge and animal skins and just kind of mess and muck that's on the ground, you see out of the corner like a small little corner of silk kind of sticking out from underneath one of the rugs or one of the animal skins. It's black silk. As you're looking around the room, Karl, you see it. Tyee, you notice that Karl sees it.
Yes, Karl, you see that there?
Yeah, what do you think it is?
It appears to be silk. It appears to be black.
I'm going to move the rug away to see what it is.
As you remember, it's a small silk piece of cloth, and it's wrapped around a rather large, clear, cut ruby.
Oh, looky here. Hold the
Very
ruby
good
up with the
find.
light.
Very pretty.
That'll fetch a pretty penny.
Yeah, I should think so. I should think so. Yes, certainly.
So towards the back of the room, as you're kind of exploring as well, you and everybody on the party, as soon as you kind of start looking through the room, would have seen that there's a battered wooden chest in the back with kind of leather straps holding it closed.
Is there? I'd like to just investigate that case, see if there's anything that should worry me about it.
You don't perceive
Oh,
anything as you kind of run your fingers around the edge looking for any secret catches, tripwires, pressure plates. Roll me an investigation.
I'm going to be here helping him too, because I would have also come up.
Roll with advantage, I guess. Yeah.
17. Oh, 18.
Okay. So you are quite confident that it doesn't appear to be trapped. This style of case doesn't even have a lock on it. It's just kind of held together by these leather straps with buckles on them.
I'll flip that lid open.
Karl, who had started getting his thieves' tools out, looks disappointed and puts them back in his pack.
As you flip it over, even in this dim light, you can see the reflection of silver. This chest appears to be filled with silver coins, approximately 1,500 of them.
Oh, very good. Gonna just fill my pack.
So you just start scooping silver into your pack.
That's the image.
That's a lot of silver.
Just don't worry. I can count, which I'll be split. No worries, we just got to hold it.
Worried about you being able to hold it up. That's heavy stuff.
Oh, you know, we shall see.
Outside of the stench, the room is actually rather warm and better accommodations than the rest of the caves so far that you've run into.
And how long have we been adventuring at this point? Since our last long rest, I suppose. Does anybody have to know off the top of their head?
Last long rest? I don't know. It's really dark down here. You know, it's been for at least a few hours.
Gotcha.
Well, this would be a good place to make a camp, but we could maybe look around a little more before we set down, unless anybody's feeling really tired.
Party is, been through a lot. They've taken a decent amount of troglodytes and whatnot. It feels like you've been down here for a decent amount of time.
I feel that we could maybe press on for an hour or so. I don't feel that we've quite had too much problems. It seems kind of a walk in the park. But willing to do what the party needs.
This might be one of the best areas to set up camp for the night or whatever it is.
Let's just remember this spot, and we'll just carry on. We can go back over to some of the areas we haven't investigated yet.
I would say that you've got enough tail meat there that wasn't charred by the radiant blast or hacked away at by Talgar's sword, that you've got enough for probably the party to have 2 rations worth. Just slaps this cold meat in your hands.
Vinny, I say maybe you hold on to this for me and you can cook it later, no problems.
All right. Does anybody remember what passages we have not gone down? I'm not very good underground with keeping my direction.
A gloomy stalker, shouldn't you know what you're doing down here?
Gloomy stalker, I'm not a gloomy tracker.
Well, what you could argue then?
There is not.
Are there any like deformed walls that would indicate another passageway?
Nothing that caught your eye.
I forget what there was like. This is where the trogs were, right? Where we all are now. With like the skeleton corpses on the wooden table.
Yeah. So as you emerge back into this larger area, the ceiling must be like about 30 feet or so overhead. It's big enough that there's kind of darkness at the far end. That foul troglodyte stench is still here. And you see like the remnants of like butchered game animals. There's kind of hanging from wooden stakes along the walls here. You see a couple of the orc corpses up in the northern section there. They look like kind of grisly trophies decorating this room. There's also a rack here that has quite a bit of rotting meat that the troglodytes look like they were stockpiling.
Are the orc? Oh, go ahead.
Not that you can see. Troglodytes are not known for their craftsmanship or basket weaving.
Hey,
But it's underground weaving.
quick question.
Yeah.
I lost all of my customizations somehow. The sword I'm carrying, it was Mark of the Smith on it, right?
It was.
Okay.
And you took the +1 into account for your swings, right?
Yeah, I have. It's the longsword +1 I have in my inventory.
Yeah.
Right. But like, okay.
It auto adds +1 to everything when I have it.
Oh, it does. Got it. Okay.
You have a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls you make with the weapon. It's definitely made of finer materials, detail and materials, as well as having the mark of a dwarven smith on it.
Was it silvered or no?
It was not.
Okay. I don't know what happened. All my like little custom things just
It was
disappeared.
a helmet that was chased with silver.
I have that.
Okay. So there's also that that cold stream that's rushing from the north to the south as across the pool that you kind of came in, which empties into a southern course, picking up speed.
I feel like we didn't go north on this stream.
Yeah, they so using Vesmir as a marker, the water went to a cavern here without keeping an eye out. So you're saying the water runs this way, is that correct?
That is correct.
Well, let's press on then. Let's go.
Which way would you like to go? Toward follow the stream or to the source of the stream?
Well, gentlemen, we've already checked out the source of the stream. I investigated earlier. It is time to go to where we have not investigated.
All right. I'll take point and head on down.
Very good.
Okay.
I will follow behind him, but
So
not
as
too
you-
close.
So you make your way past the mud and wattle door that you broke into to get in here, and the stream kind of pools around this area. You cling to the edge of the walls as you make your way around. Where it kind of bottlenecks here, there's a cave that runs off to the side. As it passes over this like steep slab of bedrock in front of this short passage. The cave beyond is long and narrow. There's an uneven ceiling about 10 feet high. In the southern end of the room, you can catch a glimpse of a large white body, a lizard.
Oh, so it's moving.
Yeah, one second. I realized I haven't turned. Yeah, so a lizard basically in this cavern.
What do you see up ahead?
I'm gonna look at Vesmir and Vinny and put my finger over my lips to make a shushing motion, point at Talgar, and then point ahead of me.
I see his motion, and I begin to pass in front of him and move forward.
No problem. So as you kind of like come to this bottleneck, the water's picking up speed as it kind of goes further down ahead of you. You have this kind of layer that has this enormous white lizard in it, and then you can hear from further up ahead this thunderous roar of falling water. And Talgar, you're going to move forward.
Yes.
Also, there's assuming there's no light in that cavern, I'm going to come in and kind of slip behind Talgar and off to the right.
Okay. So as you come in into the mouth of it, you see this enormous white-scaled lizard. It lunges and snaps at you, but you can see as you get closer that there's a sturdy chain wrapped around its neck and tethered in place. The agitated creature twists in frustration, and its tail kind of lashing about. And behind the lizard, you can see a couple of iron chests.
Gentlemen, wait 1 second. One moment. Step back from that beast. I can speak with this animal.
We'll step aside.
Karl will grin knowingly and just nod.
Just keep an eye out, because I will take a moment to do this. I'm gonna ritual cast speak with animals.
All right.
So that takes about 10 minutes, correct?
It does.
While that ritual cast is going on, you said the water's running and towards a waterfall, correct? Well,
There's a
hear the
thunderous
rushing.
roar of water falling that fills that kind of passage to the south there.
So what Vesmir would like to do is he would like to put his familiar rat into the water to float along down as he looks through the eyes of the rat. And then once it comes to the waterfall where it starts to fall over, he just wants to get as much visual as possible. But before the rat goes down, he wants to bamf it back to his shoulder.
Okay. One moment. So you reach down and you place your familiar, and it quickly is taken by the current and streams off into the darkness as you peer through its eyes and take in the sights. Obviously, it's dark. There's water sloshing all about as you're swept away in the current. It's fast moving and seems to be increasing in speed as you go. But you as you proceed down, you see that this large, long chamber is slick and wet. The stream rushes through kind of the center of the cavern, and as it continues, you can see like a green slime on either side of the channel in which the rushing water has cut. Mere moments before it disappears over the lip into a dark hole that just goes down as far as your familiar can see. Vamp it back.
I relay the information back to the party.
Yeah, basically, the stream like continues. The sides are slick. There's spray, and it just like tips over the edge into like a natural shaft in the ground. Disappears into the darkness below.
Cool.
But you did see, the rat did see also a passageway at least that looks to lead off to the side, possibly two before it went over the ledge.
I relay this information.
Sounds like we know where we're going next.
So, Tyee, it's been about 10 minutes. What would you like to say to the creature?
Yes, I know you see us there. You seem very angry, but let me say, you are very handsome. That white coat is very, very handsome.
It answers back quite angrily in a gruff voice. Release me. I am no treasure.
Who locked you there in the first place? Who is keeping you in this place?
Sorry excuse for troglodytes.
You've killed many. Are they keeping you here too?
They tricked me.
Tricked you? How did they do that?
They fed me until I grew sleepy and then chained me.
Oh yes, that'll do it. That'll do it. Do you happen to know what's in those chests there? Have you seen what the troglodytes put in them?
He has not.
I see.
It's free me, and you can have the chest.
Okay, can you tell me what is up the stream here? As the stream travels, what's up there? Are you familiar with this area?
Answers back. Not really. No.
Oh, I see. I would like
I
to just.
stumbled in here, and the troglodytes tricked me, dragged me back here after I had fallen asleep.
A little bit of an inside check on the things he's told me so far. Can I do that?
Sure.
Ooh, it's a 10.
He seems just really angry. He wants to be released. It's hard to get a beat on what his motives are.
My name is Tyee Guzman. What is your name? He's a beast, man. He doesn't have to have a name.
I am Scaly.
It's very nice to meet you. I tell you what. My friends and I, we have no quarrel with you, and it seems like you are here against your will. All I want is that treasure and to move about my day. So I tell you what, we are going to back up. We're going to back up, and my friend here, Karl, is going to try to release you somehow. Karl, is that something you can do?
Sorry. Yes. Well, let's take a look.
Okay, so everybody's going to back up. Everybody go ahead and back up. Talgar, go and get out of his way. I tell you what, once he releases you, you just go on your merry way, and we will go our merry way. Does sound like a plan? Otherwise, we will bring to... Go ahead.
Roll persuasion.
Oh, okay.
Says,
6.
yes, release me.
It's been less than 10 minutes since our last encounter, right? I mean, we came like right here.
Yeah, but it took 10 minutes for the spell, right?
Yeah, I did. Thank you.
Yeah,
All right, cool.
it took you at least 10 minutes to get.
Unfortunately.
Out of the cave, stomp down this way.
Okay, fine. As you know, there are many of us, and we will quite literally obliterate you if you mash around, if you clown around anymore. We've killed many troglodytes, and we've killed one of your kind already.
All right. Well, I'll investigate. I'll inspect the his bindings. Is there a way that I could release them without getting terribly close, or are they? Is there like a lock that I'll need to pick?
Then does not look locked. It looks like a giant mess of a knot. Like they just twisted the chain around and around and around back in on itself.
All right. All right. Well, I'll try to get close and using my dexterous hands, try to see if I can unwind the chain.
All right. Give me a sleight of hand check.
It's a 10, but I rolled a 3. I've got a +7 sleight of hand. God damn it!
So it's very slippery, and it's hard to get a grip, and then your hands are trembling a little bit as you're standing next to this large lizard. It's not able to make much progress, and it seems to be getting a little impatient with it.
I'll call back. This chain is twisted up. Does anybody have anything else they might want to try? There's no lock.
Talgar, you're strong. Go help. Scaly, give us a second. The chain is very tough, but as you can see, we're working on it.
Well, I think I might be of assistance here. Kalbren, if you would assist me, I think we can remove this chain.
What are you thinking?
I'm also proficient in sleight of hand as well.
So both of y'all are going to approach and work together?
Yes.
All right. Okay.
Cool.
I'm going to hang out here in the corner and just keep an eye on him.
One of you roll with advantage.
Cool. I also get to add a D4 to this as well as part of my ratio.
The one helping should roll the D6.
Yep.
Well,
I should roll.
I got 22 plus a D4 plus a D6. So 28 total.
28, you are able to quickly find the weak link and quickly backtrack the folds of the chain, and it falls from the post, slips from Scaly's neck as he roars in appreciation. His eyes kind of narrow at you for a split second, and then with a flash and thrash of his tail, he beelines it for the entrance. And he pushes past Tyee before slipping in the water and heading north.
Your travel, Slippery, Scaly.
Now let's see about these boxes.
All right.
I'll again, kind of like we did before. I guess like Tyee did. I'll. Are they locked? Or are they the same as we saw before? Just plain boxes.
So this one is they're iron. They do not appear to be locked.
I'll also just look around the outside and see if they appear with like they would have any sort of pressure plates or mechanisms. And I'm not expecting they do, but just out of an abundance.
Looking or inspecting?
I'm going to be looking.
Okay. Roll me a perception check.
Dirty 20.
So you do not see anything that stands out at you. Neither do you, Tyee. They look to be just standard iron chests that are unlocked.
Kalbren, open that chest.
I'll get this one. You want to get the other one?
Sure. I'm gonna open this one. I'm just gonna flick it open with my little walking stick.
Yep, and opening this one as well.
Okay. So as you flip them open, you see that they are filled with silver coins. And in amongst the coins, one in one chest, one in the other, there are two glass bottles that appear to be holding a potion. One of them is a cloudy green fluid. And there appears to be like little jellyfish-like bubbles floating upon the surface of it. The other one is separated into three distinct layers of brown, silver, and gray. And shake it up a little bit. Eventually, the colors separate back into their individual bands.
Well, I'm certainly no alchemist.
And among the chest, the coins total 2,200
Silver.
silver.
Yes, Karl, I'm quite full. You should take this burden.
I don't. I can't take much more. Hey, Talgar, come over here, please. You're strong. Can you carry this silver?
Sure, I'll load it up.
So, I mean, we've now got two backpacks that are stuffed full of coins. There's not much room left in them. You have these two potions.
How much did you say it was? 2,200?
2,200. There's also a backpack. I think, Karl, you're carrying the backpack of severed orc hands.
I am. I need my orc hands.
Vinny, you have an egg. All right.
I'll go up to Vesmir and Vinny. So we found some potions. Either of you familiar with alchemical processes?
Not so much, but if they have, I could identify them. Maybe not now. Maybe at a later stage.
Yeah. If you can, you may want to take them.
I will look into this.
Okay. What are, what are you doing with the flasks? Upon taking a closer look at it, as you described, you would notice that maybe around the edge of the lid there, of the screw-on cap, that there looks to be almost like burn marks on it. But that's about as much as you were able to ascertain.
Well, let's press on, shall we?
Absolutely. Your rat saw some stuff we might want to look into, didn't he?
Yes, yes. The cabin seems to go away. There might be a passageway, but whatever lies over the water's edge, we must be very careful because it could be quite the drop down. Karl, would you like to lead the way? There's only one way to really find out.
It's been lucrative so far. Though you have a point. I haven't seen much signs of dwarves in a while.
All right. So as you step out of this, which way would you like to head?
I think we're going downstream.
Southeast. Okay. All right, so as you kind of step out, before you make too much progress, Tyee, you notice that the smooth cavern floor here slopes downwards towards the rushing stream, and as it continues to kind of decrease in elevation, as you go deeper, the stream continues to pick up steam. It's moving at a very good clip, and all of the smooth stone looks to be covered with a very thin layer of slime. Your eye just barely catches it.
Does the floor look man-made?
It
Or
doesn't. It looks natural cave. That it's just like the water rushing over it has carved it down. Um, and that slime looks to the floor slopes kind of into the stream, and the slime is covering it, making it very slippery.
gentlemen, this is very, very slippery. You notice this green film on the bottom of the floor. And not only is it sloping down, but that slime makes it very slippery. I think this is very dangerous. We must tread lightly.
Yes, Vinny. Well, that is a good question. I actually got to double check.
I want to say 6
Up
in
to
an area.
Up
Five.
to 5 falling creatures within range.
Can I see anything? So I want to get to the edge of the slime without getting on it and look further down to see if there's any. I can see like any rocks that I could throw my grappling hook on to for to help support me to keep me from falling.
Yeah, there does appear to be, up away from the stream, a little bit flatter ground, and there are some stalactites and boulders and stuff that you could potentially aim for.
Are you making it aware to the party that you're looking for an anchoring point?
I will here in a moment. I'm just checking my inventory because I'm pretty sure I actually have 2 sets of rope. So my intent is going to be get myself across with the hook, anchor the rope, and throw it back for the rest of the group. So the grappling hook, does this... Sorry, I'm looking. Let's get the rope to the battle. Oh, okay. The hook itself does not include rope, so I would have to tie it to my. That's fine. Oh no, I do. I have three. Wow, I have three 50-foot lengths of hempen rope apparently.
Yes, was that extra length that we found earlier?
Yes. All right. Yeah.
Well, I mean, if would you happen to have any climbing gear? Maybe like pitons that we could anchor to the wall, maybe.
I also I have 10 pitons in my dungeoneering pack.
Your
Well,
engineering pack is quite heavy, Karl.
Or is it? Or I don't know if it's if it's dungeoneering, whatever it is, whatever pack I selected in the beginning, it had pitons in it.
Yeah, you have them. It's just your backpack's very heavy.
It is. I can take that's why I refused the silver before.
Oh, what's the plan?
That's a good point. Actually, I well, I have a lot of rope, so I could start anchoring using the pitons, anchor rope along the edge of the wall. Is the expectation, and then as I'm anchoring it, it's kind of keeping me from sliding down. It's less than 50 foot from here to where it appears the floor slopes up, I would imagine.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I can remove some pitons from my inventory and probably one of those lengths of rope and roll anything if you'd like me to roll, but that's the intent.
No, I mean, is even if you were to slip, the rope and batons you've anchored already would stop you from falling into the water, and so after a short period of time, you're able to make it across, anchoring a few batons. Let's say 3 batons to get you across.
Alrighty.
As you stand on the far ledge there. The water is quite thunderous at this point, as it makes its last little leg before falling over the sinkhole. You can see that there appears to be 2 other caves that branch off of this in addition to that sinkhole.
All right. Well, I'll, as quietly as I can, call back to the rest of the group to let them know it's all anchored and safe to come on, and then I'd like to peek around the corner after that. I mean, I'm not going to scream, but I that's true. So I do pretty much have to scream. You're right.
Yeah.
But after a few moments, you get Karl's signal, and you're able to thread across if you so choose. Going somewhere else. The party safely makes it across onto flat, stable ground. Again, anything close to the river or the stream would be covered in that slime, so you kind of stick to the walls. But there are 2 passages. One looks to lead back to that large glowing chamber that you came through earlier. And another looks to be around the bend here that descends further in.
Is that a real campfire, or it's just there because
It's just there? No. See where the little channel where the river goes? It ends in a sinkhole that just disappears into darkness. The other passage branches off into darkness, but there's not a river falling down that one.
Well, we've been to that one room. That looks familiar. Let's go.
Well,
Let's go east.
Gentlemen, the obvious answer is going down. But here's the question: do we continue our descent before resting, or do we rest before we continue our descent? That's the wrong direction, Vincent. That is the wrong direction, Vincent.
Well, I for one am not too weary. I'm more than happy to press on, but if the rest need to recuperate, then we may as well.
Works for me.
Let's go then.
Back to the Trog's cave.
Troglodyte Chieftain's Cave.
Yes.
You don't have to move your characters.
Okay. Yeah, it took me a minute, but I did find it.
You don't have to. You get to.
You get to.
No, you please.
All right. Based
Um,
on the bubbles, you can see it's moving about 20 feet every few seconds. It's quite fast. And so, are you guys coming back here after the long rest, or were you planning on going elsewhere?
Coming back here.
Okay.
Back here, yeah.
In that case, we can leave our characters here. Go ahead and move back or you're back at the other room. Is there anything anybody would like to do before they cycle a long rest?
Yeah, just for security's sake, he'll mud up the wall to seal off the entrance so that we've got security, so to speak.
You build your own mud and wattle door. Is the
Well,
the
mold
earth? Yeah, with the mold earth.
Yeah.
The party's cut off. It's warm. It's actually kind of dry, other than the stench.
I
It
have
feels
one thing
pretty safe.
I'll also do is Karl will sit down, take a sprig of mistletoe out of his pack, chant some words, and move his hands around and create 10 good berries, and look around and say, if you find fellas don't want to burn your rations, take a berry.
This is quite efficient. Yes, thank you.
Okay. The party is able to cycle a long rest without interruption, other than being in a spooky cave. The fire embers have grown, lower, but it's still producing warmth and a little bit of light. Go ahead and cycle your rest and stuff, and it would probably be a good time to take a 5-minute break. Okay, so you've recovered from your rest. Make sure everybody reset your spells and everything. Taking back half of your hit dice and all of that. You trudge your way back. Your pitons and rope still securely in place. You're able to navigate across the river without any issues. With Tyee's eagle eyes, kind of able to avoid the slime. You have that passage that leads back to that large chamber full of the photophosphorus fungus and whatnot. The thunderous waterfall continues, or the stream continues into a thunderous waterfall that sinks, just goes into a sinkhole, into pitch black spray kind of emerging. But there is a path that leads off, following kind of the same direction, that looks to have some stone stairs carved into it that begin to turn back in on themselves and head deeper down into Stone Tooth.
All right. Well, Tal, take up point as usual. Try to be as quiet as I can, and blending in with the darkness, and head on.
You disappear into the darkness, just vanish in front of the party's eyes.
Oh, you did it again.
Traces. The stone does look to be carved stone, not a natural formation, although the wear of water dripping and just the wet environment has definitely taken its toll on the stone. It's a little eroded, but it definitely looks carved.
I'd like to take a moment to just inspect the ground for signs of anything coming through here.
Roll me, I guess, a survival check to see if you can find any tracks.
18.
You strangely see no tracks. It does not appear that the the muck and kind of moss and stuff that's growing on the stairs has been disturbed.
Just checking. And all right, I'll creep on down.
Okay. We can go ahead and switch boards to Mountain Peak.
Creeping my way.
Creeping away.
Wait a minute. How are we going down, but we're going to the peak? That doesn't make sense.
It was a ruse.
Says the mage who manipulates gravity.
Well, I mean,
Well,
A hole is just an upside down peak, right?
nope.
So the stairs
Nope.
continue down for quite a ways. Let's see here. As you kind of emerge down at the bottom, these stairs are carved, emerge from the stone. The waterfall that's spilling down the sinkhole into a deep pool. The rocky walls glisten with spray, and there's a weird array of kind of colorful minerals and strange lichens lend kind of an unearthly beauty to this spot. The fast-moving stream runs south out of the pool at the base of the waterfall, and nearby passage heads in the same direction. There's a set of narrow stairs cut into the rock that you just came down. And off to the side, there's two wooden doors that stand in line of dressed stone to the east.
I'll look at Vinny and say, oh, you were looking for signs of dwarves, my friend. What do you think this is?
They're not like big giant crystals or anything. They're just different colorations in the striation of rock.
Can I look at the way the stairs are cut to maybe determine if it was done by craftsmen or crudely?
Sure.
I see Kalbren looking at the stairs. I'm like, Kalbren, there are stairs. They are clearly made by people.
I don't know. Trogs might want to cut stairs.
When have you ever known a trog to make a stair?
Not known a lot of trogs.
The druid makes the good point.
All right. I'll get back up and more inspect these doors. I'm kind of interested in what's going on with the doors.
Okay, so you head over to the doors.
All right, scope it out because we did encounter a trapped door already. So I would say I'm kind of on my guard as far as potential traps like that. So I'm gonna look at the door, at least the one on the southern side, to see if I can see anything going on.
The doors are made of wood with iron bandings, but the damp nature of the spray and everything looks to have covered the wood and made it swell. It doesn't look like this door's been opened in quite a while, and it's like kind of swollen into its fittings.
All right, just this one, or both of them kind of look similar?
Both of them look very similar.
If the wood is swollen, it's potential. Maybe it is also weak. Maybe the half-orc could give this one a try.
Possibly, but we've already seen these dwarves, I'm guessing, have a way with traps. So even if he bashes it in, there might be something we don't want to deal with on the other side.
At the sound of Karl talking about traps, Vesmir would like to see if he can just investigate the door and see if there's any traps to be concerned with.
Your eyes don't immediately grab you. Tyee, you don't have anything that's setting off your spidey sense. But as you kind of like probe deeper, run your fingers along the edge of the door, see if there's any mechanisms or hidden runes maybe. Nothing jumps out at you.
Very well.
Talgar, open that door.
All right, I'll go up to the door and attempt to open it.
Use
Which
that shiny
door?
sword you
Whatever.
have.
All right, the southern door.
Yeah.
All right, I need a strength check to try to open the door.
Guidance.
I'm gonna give Kalbren a sideways glance. Do not trust Talgar to do this on his own. Talgar, you got this. Go ahead.
Yes, I feel that he has this too, and I would like to discreetly adjust density on the door to lighten it.
Okay.
Okay, strength check.
Believe poster. Athletics or strength?
Essentially, it would be an advantage with the adjust density.
Would it be an advantage? Is that what it calls for?
Yes. So, well, any strength check against it. Yeah, I'll copy and paste it.
Go ahead and roll it with advantage.
Oh, good deal. 14.
So you pull on the door that's swollen shut, and after a few moments, it just like kind of rips open and like just almost disintegrates, having been pulled from its archway. Standing before you is an empty storeroom. One second.
Once you're done, I would assume I would retake the point, being all sneaky.
Yeah, the place looks to be basically empty. You see a few crushed barrels, a few rotted satchels that might have had something in them at one point, like flour cloth type satchels. But the room itself appears to be empty.
Looking around, can we see if there's like just a thick layer of dust? Like is this? I'm assuming this looks like something that has been untouched for a very long
There's a
time.
very thick layer of like dust, pools of water on the ground here and there.
Well, this certainly looks dwarfy to me. Let's say with a snide remark and a raised eyebrow. There don't appear to be any exits. Not much. It looks like an empty room. Is there anything going on with this like green glowy stuff at the end?
No, it's just more the kind of the fungus and whatnot that's like crept into the room. It's just an empty. What looks to appear one time was a storeroom.
What is here on the ground?
That it's just flavor.
Oh, really? Okay. And there's what was that?
I just like, I just open it because there's skeletons in the bottom. It's all just flavor. It's an empty storeroom.
Is there anything to be noticed in this room at all?
Nope.
Okay, cool. There is almost nothing at all to be noticed in this room, gentlemen.
Let's check out that other door then. Huh?
Yes, I should think so.
Vesmir would also like to just eye it off and look, see if there's any traps or anything to be cautious of.
Roll your investigation.
23.
You're quite confident that this door is in the very similar condition as the one that you just opened.
Well, Talgar, you might use your magnificent strengths again and give this one a go. And he'll wait.
Oh yeah.
Vesmir will adjust density on the door as well.
Okay. Strength check with advantage. Okay. That was a strength save, but it's an at 20. We're taking it. So the door, like as Vinny grabs hold of it and just like heaves, the door grudgingly opens, revealing a low chamber of dressed stone. This chamber is filled with what appears to be rotted food, barrels of salted meat gone bad, sacks of flour or grain that are now covered in a russet-colored mold. There's barrels of what appear to be cider that have long since turned to vinegar. There's two open archways that lead east to a similar room, with two or more openings and archways dimly visible beyond that. The floor past just the first archway there kind of gleams wetly from just the subterranean humidity. As I need to reveal more of the rooms.
Also, I don't know if you chose the music from Talespire for this section, but it's really spot on.
Thanks. So hold. So Karl, as you step into the room here and cross into that watery puddle, it begins to twist like a snake underneath you, and the water from the floor itself kind of congeals and it lunges at you. And I need everybody to roll initiative.
Gelatinous cube! Gelatinous cube! Come on! You know, I'm not going to trust the digital dice on this edition. I'm going to do it physical. All right.
All right, Karl, what'd you get?
16 plus 6, 22.
22 for Karl. All right, Talgar.
7.
7. Vinny. 1.
Oh,
4. By the
4.
way,
Um,
And
Vinny,
Tyee.
your
8.
initiative still counts as a 5.
you're tired after opening that door so magnificently.
So Karl, as the ground underneath you begins to move and twist, what do you want to do?
Being a bit on my guard, instantly I'll try to get the hell away from it. But I don't imagine there's anything really to attack or shoot at this point.
Oh, let me actually fix that.
I haven't moved my character. Can I move him to where I should have been, towards the
Yeah.
front?
And is this thing? Is this a water creature?
It looks very. No, you wouldn't be in there. Karl is moving forward.
What I'm
Oh,
trying
yeah.
to ask is, if I were to cast create or destroy water, what effect would it have on the water creature?
I don't know. You could try.
You can certainly try.
Okay. So now we actually have something. So this like
Yeah,
grayish like ooze like begins to like form there at you, and it will strike at you, Karl,
Okay.
as it has surprised you. So it lashes out with one of its pseudopods and gets a 22.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
You don't have 22 armor?
I do not.
What are you even doing?
6 points, or so 7 points of bludgeoning, and does an additional 6 points of acid damage as the hit then kind of like burns into you.
Ah. Okay.
Okay, and with that, you get to go now. Tyee, you're on deck.
Right. All right. Well, that messes up some of my plans. We're going to go with it anyway. So we're going to bonus action Zephyr Strike, which allows me to move away without taking an opportunity attack. And then we're going to move away and not take an opportunity attack.
I'm sorry, you're going to move away?
After bonus action Zephyr Strike.
Gotcha.
Which, yep,
Gotcha.
yep.
Zephyr Strike.
Yep. And then we're going to. Yeah, I can't do that. All right. Well, we're going to take our double R2. Well, I guess a free action maybe. I want to notify my friends here of this thing over there, and shoot it twice.
Okay.
Shot 1 is going to be a 26. I'm pretty sure that's going to hit.
Shot 1 is going to hit.
Womp womp. Shot 2 is a 14.
Shot 1 is a hit. Does 14 damage, you said?
Oh, no. The second shot, the second hit roll is a 14.
Oh, both of them hit then.
Okay. So that's going to be 2d8 plus 3 plus 3d8 plus 3, because I get the extra 1d8 for Dread Ambusher.
Okay.
$16 damage total, 2 shots, and then that is my turn.
Like flecks of like this ooze like shattered off as your arrows sink into it. You notice that the moment that your arrows hit, that they begin to kind of like burn away the metal tips.
Good to know.
Tyee, you are up. Talgar, you're on deck.
I'm gonna look around at my feet. Is there any other? Am I stepping in water right now? I mean, is there any more water around me where I would move?
Yeah, it looks like all the wet was kind of like pulled into this
Okay. Yeah, it makes sense.
amorphous blob.
Okay, perfect. I'm gonna move ahead here. I can see it around the corner here. And I'm going to hit it with a I'm gonna toss a guiding bolt at it.
Okay.
It's a nat 1.
It goes wide.
And just kind of slink my head. Go back to where it was.
All right. Talgar, you're up. Vinny, you're on deck.
Would I have been able to see that the arrows are the metal on the arrows getting eaten away?
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to take out my regular longsword because I don't want to damage my pretty one.
Okay.
Make my way up to it. And I'm going to swing on it. It's going to be an 8.
Going to
oh, wow, okay.
Just hit.
A whopping 9 damage. I'm rolling like shit tonight.
It was enough to chop up the amorphous blob as you kind of put it to rest, but the end of your blade is now covered with this gray ooze, and it's eating and etching away at the metal. That weapon now has a -1 penalty to all damage rolls.
Oh, thank God I used my crappy one.
And we are out of combat.
Wait,
So
did he drop it?
-1 to hit and damage.
Oh, nice.
-1 just to damage.
Got it.
All right, guys, keep an eye on your feet now. There's possibly more of those. I'll resume point and keep on going.
Oh, okay.
This is also why I like moving one square at a time, to give you the chance to tell us to stop.
So you. One second. So again, it's just a continuation of this storeroom. It looks like it would have fed quite a few people for quite a while, but there's nothing that seems to be salvageable as far as the food. The salted meats have long since rotted. And you can, if you had to guess, you would say at least 70, 80, maybe 100, 150 years since somebody's been in here. That much cider turning to vinegar under the sealed conditions that they're in the barrels, you have to guess that it's been here for quite a while.
Almost smells worse than the trogs in here. Well, this certainly looks like dwarf storage, guys. Maybe we'll find some more dwarf rooms further in.
Yeah, maybe. There's nothing to notice.
Nothing else jumps out at you.
Okay. It doesn't seem like there's much here. We should just be on our way then.
So, real quick mechanic question here. So, I did Goodberry. Goodberries last for 24 hours. I handed out. We ate 5. I have 5 left. I would like to consume the remaining 5 to heal myself for 5 health. Does that seem reasonable?
I don't see why it wouldn't be. Can you?
I thought so too.
Is there anything that says you can't eat that many on the Goodberry spell?
No, it takes an action though. So like during combat.
Oh, well then yeah, you're out of combat. Yeah. Fucking eat them like jelly bellies. Nom 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 nom.
Ooh, I want some jelly bean.
I just wanted to double check before I did that. So okay.
Yeah, it's all good. So, gentlemen, where to now?
I believe there's another passage a little further down, isn't there? I think
there is.
Go ahead. Just not waste any time.
I'm on a loading screen.
Ah.
I just see water. Oh, it's starting to load in.
Mountain Peak.
No, they're on a loading screen as in video game reference while I was on.
Yeah. Sorry, I was just being a dork.
Well, wait, you're still in that little room.
Is the
out the room and
find the glow.
Is the water still rushing, or has it sort of come to a gentle movement down here after the waterfall?
It pours down to the south. It's still at once it leaves that pool from the waterfall, it moves at a pretty good clip, flowing into this long chamber. This narrow cavern is half filled with an underground river. That waterfall is kind of a tributary that flows into it. It's flowing at quite the rapid pace, and there's a narrow ledge on the north side that overlooks the river. There's a bridge of crumbling stone that spans the river, leading to a larger ledge on the south side that follows the course of the river to the east. The river from the waterfall flows swiftly from north to south, and here meets the larger underground river. The river runs east to west and then disappears under the western cavern wall. The bridge looks broken in places, but sturdy and sound, and there's no visible damage or any spider sense telling you that it's not safe to cross.
All right, I guess we keep on the path that looks like the dwarves built here, fellas, huh?
Yes, that would make good sense. Go ahead.
All right, stand by.
So, yeah, standing by. I just want to ask one more question when you're ready.
Yep.
So is the water running from west to east or east to west? Oh,
Checking. I have just double checking I have the compass right. Should be east to west.
east to west. Gotcha. So away from.
Oh, away from the direction you're headed. Like it's going behind you.
We're going against it.
Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Against it.
Cool.
Yeah, you were thinking to do your rat trick again, which that's a slick idea. I like that.
Yeah, I was pretty happy when it came up with it too. I was actually thinking about doing it again down this portion of the river for a couple minutes to see if there's anything of interest further down, and then banfing him back.
What? Do you want to take a
Yes,
minute
well-
or two?
Well, that doesn't really make any sense. The path clearly goes this direction.
That's fair. We are down here for dwarven things.
Yes, very well. You make a valid point.
If we hit some dead ends, we can come back and check it.
I should move down. I'm sorry. So you headed east here?
Headed east.
Okay. So you come across a short flight of stairs, stone steps that lead down to a wooden door that stands half open. There's dark, stagnant pools of water in the small landing at the base of the steps and in the doorway, presumably filling the room beyond as well. The whole area kind of smells of rot.
This makes me uneasy.
Yes, as we should. That earlier creature came simply from a puddle.
The smell of rot after such a long time is what concerns me.
Gosh, well, there were living things just one layer up, and there are living things down here too.
Oh, sorry. So we can't go further on these stairs then, or?
The stairs basically run into the water. The water looks to be about 5 feet deep.
Well, it's a little too deep for a Vincent here.
It looks very still and stagnant.
Oh, I see. I see the door now. Well, this Talgar, my friend, this feels like a time that you might want to be in the front.
No problem.
You like that?
That's it.
I meant into the door.
You want you to go in the stagnant water there.
But we don't have to. We can talk about it. But there is a door. It is open. The doors we've encountered so far have not been open.
Well, Vincent can't even follow us into this portion.
We can skip it as well. Vincent, how well can you swim?
Yeah, there's a few. It splashes and stinks, but it stinks and slinks.
Well, should I do it? Oh yeah, can your little pet go check it out?
Well, sure. I mean, yes, we can try.
there's something in there, I feel like we'll be at a disadvantage if we're all in the water trying to fight.
Well, if anything happens to him, then there goes my eyes. We'll have to be using the torch. But
I
sure.
was gonna say, it does it hurt you if it dies? I'm not terribly familiar with arcane arts.
No. This is merely his own, but I can always resummon him at a later time. And Vesmir puts his hand down, and the rat appears, goes down his arm, and starts swimming into the water.
The rat does.
Yes.
Okay.
I blink out. I'm blinked out at the moment, and I put my arm on Vinny as I look through his eyes.
So you see that the most of this room has been submerged. It goes through a couple different archways. The water's stagnant. It's smelly. But as your rat continues to kind of explore out and away, in the far back eastern corner, you notice that there's a skeleton of what appears to be an orc. It's resting atop of a rotted leather pouch. Other than that, your rat doesn't really notice much other than just like what the water damage has done to anything that was stored here. It looks like a vault of some type.
So it seems to be some sort of rooms. There seems to be a skeleton at the end. Not sure if he died before or after the water was here. But it does not look great. I mean, I don't see the need for all of us to make our way in. But there seems to be some sort of pouch at the end, near the body. Maybe something inside the look.
Pouch, you say?
It was submerged under the water.
Yeah. No, he's not. He can float for a little bit and swim, but he's not necessarily the being for the job.
I'd like to see what's in that pouch, but if everyone else would like to move on, we can move on too.
There won't be
no.
any of those swords in those pouches.
Karl, please be my guest. You can explore. I'm happy to wait for you here.
All right, Karl will grin at him, walk into the darkness, and vanish.
So you're gonna walk into the water? Okay.
Walking into the water.
As you trudge through the stagnant pool, it takes a little bit of effort and stuff. You stub your toe here and there, but you make your way to the back end of the cave. Again, submerged is what appears to be the skeleton of an orc. Just the condition of the bones, and the water's done a number on it as well, but it looks to have been an orc that was killed long ago. It's resting upon a rotted leather pouch that's currently kind of wrapped in its arms.
All right, well, if I can't reach it with my hand, I'll try to get it with my bow or short
you're able to
sword.
retrieve the pouch. In it are 2 glass vials that have liquids in it. One of them looks like it's empty, but you can feel a liquid sloshing around inside. The other one is almost identical to the previous one you had. It's got that cloudy green fluid. It has those jellyfish-like bubbles floating in it.
All right, I'll walk back to everybody, shaking the water off, look at Vesmir and hand him the vials and say, here's a couple more for your collection.
I thank you very much, and I cast prestidigitation to sort of clean off parts of Karl's.
Oh, good. That smelled terrible.
Oh, I was totally thinking you were cleaning up the potion bottles. And then it's like, oh, Karl. I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, that.
Okay,
Alright.
so you've just put those 2 potions in your inventory, and
Yep.
Tally ho, fellas.
Karl, I need a Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay.
God.
Whew, that was almost a nat 1, but it's still low, and it's a 9.
Okay. All right. So what is the party doing?
Let's keep on down the
Yes, let's good
Path
choice.
here.
Let's go.
So you come to some carved stairs that ascend to a higher level. Let's see here. These rock stairs kind of climb steeply and turn to the north, then ascend towards the east into a cavern, very much like the one you've just left, but it's a little bit shorter. There's a ledge that runs along the river that continues to the east to a door on the north wall. There's the rushing river separates you from a ledge on this other side. And Tyee, you can see a few fish skeletons mixed among the stalactites. Or is it stalagmites? Whichever ones are on the ground.
Yeah.
Mites.
Actually,
Mites
looks
on
like
the
there
ground.
used to be well, somebody's either eating fish or they are there used to be water here.
Yeah.
Where do you
There's
see
actually
them?
a large, strange-looking stalagmite kind of in the middle on that southern ledge, and there's a cave. It looks like a cave fish, like flopping helplessly on like the bank nearby.
I am on we're on a loading screen.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
working on.
On a loading screen. It's so true. All right. Well, seeing Ty notice that, so I'll look at Ty. So what are you looking at?
All right, where were you describing this to be, Nat Calfax? I'm going to move my character freely just to get an idea.
Turning on all the lights.
Oh, you're putting it all together still? All right, I'll wait. Was it through the door here you were describing?
Yeah. Okay. So you're back up at the top of the stairs over here.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. But the door that I was describing was over there to the one that you were just at.
Uh-huh.
There we go. And then there's the weird stalagmite to the with the fish flopping to the southern ledge there. And this northern ledge like runs to basically that entrance over there, that door.
There's a weird stalactite on the southern ledge on the opposite side.
Yeah, it's just a strange looking big one that kind of juts out of the middle, and then there's a cave a fish like flopping on the bank nearby.
The fish just flopping on the bank.
Yeah.
I'm good.
There's a fish over there on that ledge flopping on the bank. I wonder how it got there.
Can I look over that way and try to take out my bow and fire a shot right next to the stalactite, but not super close to it? My theory here is there's something disguised as the stalagmite, and I want to scare it enough to show itself.
All right. Shoot the ground. I'm not even gonna have you roll for it. But it slams into the ground. Nothing happens.
What was that, Karl?
It seems awful odd to have a fish there. That stalagmite also looks odd. Do we have anybody that can tell if there's magic, illusionary magic at play here?
But you just shot it and it bounced off. What is an illusion going to do about that?
I was hoping that whatever was behind the illusion would have moved and flinched.
Which you would have shot it through the illusion.
I don't want to kill it. We don't know what it is.
You already shot it, which means it's probably not an illusion. You shot the ground.
Well, perhaps. I didn't know that before I shot.
While they're having this discussion, Vesmir will attempt to mold earth to see if he can manipulate the stalagmite.
Stalagmite is a piece of solid stone.
Yeah, so if he's got no effect, then he assumes that it's legitimate.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
you too, Vesmir. My goodness, it is a rock.
It's just on the bank. I mean, there's a rushing river between you and it.
Yeah, it's on the opposite bank. I'll look at Tyee and then say, well, how do you explain a fish on that ground over there?
I don't explain the fish. I'm trying to get through this cavern. Talgar, that door up there, do you see it with the bird above it? Let's go, Talgar. No, thank you.
I'm
It'll
gonna
take
move
him
up towards
10
the door
minutes.
while they talk about the
Well,
fish.
I'll come with him,
Okay.
but keep an eye on the
We'll get
stalagmite.
you about here. When when a tendril races out from a perfectly camouflaged stalagmite and makes a grappling attack on you, Talgar.
Should have been on Tyee to get his comeuppance.
That is a natural 20.
Oh, no.
You are now grappled and restrained. I need a. Oh no, you are just grappled. You begin to be reeled in towards the stalagmite across the river from you. And I'll put it on there and I'll need everybody to roll initiatives.
Well, in dice we trust, right, guys? So here we go. Oh, God damn it. It fell off my table.
Well, that moves at 5, 10, 15.
Oh God.
It will then try to bite you. It's a 13.
Miss.
That's what misses. Okay, so now, Karl, initiative.
24.
24. Tyee.
10.
10. Talgar.
17.
17. Vinny. 21. And Vesmir.
Well,
12.
My only high rolls are fucking initiative tonight.
Well, better than mine. I rolled a 6. So with that,
I'm going to keep using the physical dice. Like it's not a 16 and an 18 so far tonight, so it's working for me.
Karl, you are up first. Vinny, you are on deck as a tentacle lashes out, grabs Talgar, and rips him across the water before this like toothy maw opens up and attempts to take a bite out of him. And you're up.
First thing, I'll look at Tyee and say, "That's what I was worried about." Pull the bow off my back, sling an arrow. What am I going to do? I am actually, no, we're not going to burn any spells. We're going to hold these spells. So we're just going to take 2 shots at it.
Okay.
So
Oh, more
shot-
arrows! That worked so well last time when you were trying to identify what it was. We'll see what it does this time.
This time I'm going to actually shoot at it.
That will she.
So the first shot's a nat 20.
Okay.
Not like look at D&D Beyond, 2 nat 20s.
Are you serious? You just rolled nut 20s back to back?
Go look
That's
at D&D
fucking-
Beyond.
You were just talking shit about those dice. They got hurt.
I
Okay.
think so. All right. So that's
27's hit. So go ahead and load up your stuff.
that is going to be 5d8 plus 6 because it's 2 shots, and it's an extra 1d8 from Dread Ambusher.
All right. Tell me what I got to take off my character.
So that's 24 damage.
Damn.
As the shots leave my bow, I'm going to look at Tyee and just grin.
Okay. Anything else?
That's it. Sorry, I should have said that.
Vinny, you're up. Talgar, you're on deck. There we go. Damn it. That was almost a 20. 10. All right. So you have commanded me. Oh. It is not able to. Okay. Talgar, you're up. You are currently grappled and restrained.
So I'm not able to attack, correct?
I believe you're at
I think grappled is 0 movement speed, but you can
Yeah.
attack.
yeah, it's a restrained that I'm wanting to know. Okay, restrained creatures become 0. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and a creature's attack rolls have disadvantage. So you have disadvantage on your attack rolls.
Gotcha. All right, then I'm gonna swing on him.
Okay.
Jesus, 9.
That is not going to do enough. Your sword just kind of glances off its stony exterior.
Bonus action, I'm gonna cast my divine shield,
Okay.
and that'll do me.
Vesmir, you're up. Tyee, you're on deck.
Vesmir calls out to Talgar, try to break free from this one, and he'll cast Adjust Density on the tentacle. And then back up. And that's my turn.
That's what it looks like. General chat. Okay, so you're casting
Oh,
what?
that thing.
What are you casting?
Sorry,
He said adjust density. Adjust density.
Okay.
Sorry. That's my turn.
All right, Tyee, you're up.
Okay. I'm gonna light up my robes, and I'm going to reach to the sky and bring down a moonbeam atop it, engulfing just it, and then I'm gonna shoot a archery bolt at it. Does a 13 hit?
A 13 does not hit.
Okay, and then I'm gonna move away. And that ends my turn.
Okay. The creature is going to lash out with 3 additional tentacles. One at Karl, one at Tyee, and one at Vinny.
teacher or the creature might need to make a Constitution saving throw first.
Oh fuck. You know what? At least it's a good stat.
It's con 15.
Natural fucking 20.
Okay.
20s for everybody tonight.
It takes 3 damage.
Nice.
So the tentacles like reaching across the river, or they're erupting from the floor?
It is just lashing out across from its body straight across to you.
Okay.
The first tentacle to Karl is going to be a 9. The one to Tyee is going to be a 17.
That's a hit.
The one to Vinny is going to be a 12. Okay. It is going to then reel Tyee in.
Oh wait, is it a so the 7? I'm sorry, I was doing my armor. Do I need to make a saving throw of some kind?
No, that was AC.
It was based off of AC, and it's just moving me.
Yep.
Okay.
You are grappled and restrained as well, and it will attempt to take a bite out of you.
Okay.
It's a 19.
That'll hit.
As its toothy maw crunches down on you for 15 points of piercing damage.
Okay, so I need to make a saving throw for my concentration.
Okay.
And it's a 5, so I've lost concentration. The moonbeam's gone.
Moonbeam has shut off. Okay. The other two missed. Karl, it is your turn. Vinny, you're on deck.
All right. Well, we're gonna see what's going. Not much more extra we can do other than try to keep shooting at this thing and hoping we kill it. So we're gonna take a shot. Actually, we're also going to, as I don't even think it's a bonus. I think it's a bonus action. Sorry, my intent is to mark it as my. Well, I have to hit it first to mark it. So if I hit it, I'm going to mark it as my favored foe, which gives me an extra 1d4 damage on it. So it says if I do hit it, that is inclusive. So if I hit it, I can burn a slot, and it's not even an action apparently, as according to my character sheet.
Okay.
Anyway, so we're gonna roll attack. We're gonna roll the shot. That'll do. It's a 25.
That will hit.
For 11 damage. And I don't plan to do any movement, so that's all I got.
It looks a little banged up, but not much.
This thing is tough.
All right. That would make it Vinny's turn. Talgar, you're on deck. Okay. Jesus Christ, I have a low charisma. 6. Okay. Okay. Talgar, you're up. Vesmir, you're on deck.
I continue to try to swing at it. Does the adjust density do anything for me?
You're now not. Does he get advantage on swings against a creature?
No. So just density is for strength saving throws for and against.
Okay.
All right, so still
So-
disadvantage.
Still disadvantage on an attack. You could attempt to escape.
I'm gonna try to swing on him again. See how it goes.
Okay.
Attempting escape would be a full action, right?
God damn it! I rolled a 20 and a 7. 13.
Yes, it would. A 13 is not going to hit.
All right, that's my turn.
Tyee, you're up. So I'm sorry, Vesmir, you're up. Tyee, you're on deck.
Cool, thank you. I was about to ask. Vesmir saying what Vinny's done. He's like, yes, this is a good idea. We should get far from this thing. He'll get to here, and then he'll turn back and cast Catapult at level 2, dexterity saving throw of 14.
Dexterity saving throw.
Yes, 14.
Not as bad as my charisma. 9.
48 damage. 1, 1, 2, 4 for 8 damage.
Ouch.
Yeah,
Welcome to my world.
yeah. And that's my turn.
Okay. The creature looks about bloody. Okay, Tyee, you're up.
Okay. I'm going to hit it with a guiding bolt.
There's a range spell at melee. Are you at disadvantage for that?
I don't know if spells are disadvantaged at ranges.
I feel like they are, but I would need to look it up.
Yes, from memory, ranged spell attacks are a disadvantage if you're within melee.
I'd like to see the actual rule.
Range spell attack gets disadvantage melee. Okay. There's effect attack rolls. I'm not saying anything in the spell casting section about disadvantage, so I would say you do not have disadvantage.
All right.
Correct that next time, but at the moment, there's nothing I can find that says it.
17 hit.
17 does not hit.
Okay. I'm gonna follow up with an archery bolt then. I'm in my turn. 1 second,
Okay.
please.
No, that's fine. Go ahead.
Does an 18 hit?
An 18 does not hit.
Okay. That ends my turn.
And just real quick, I found it on the PHP page 205. Most spells that require attack rolls involve ranged attacks. Remember that you have disadvantage on a ranged attack roll if you are within 5 feet of a hostile creature that can see you and isn't incapacitated.
So it is going to make a tendril attack at...
Which is good to keep in mind for hostiles, because if they start shooting spells at us, right?
What's 7 times 5?
35.
Okay, so it shoots a tentacle at Karl and Vinny. Range 7. Natural 1.
To who?
Karl. The 18, the 25,
Yay!
25 on Vinny. You are now grappled and restrained. It will then reel you in and attempt to bite you. A 16 to bite you. Oh, because you rolled a Bane. Oh, would Bane have changed anything for?
I was gonna say it wouldn't. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Well, does a 16 hit with the bite? I know it doesn't because of the -3. Sorry, we just went over that. Okay. In that case, Karl, you're up. Vinny, you're on deck. As this stalagmite has 3 of you wrapped in tentacles, and it's like trying to bite you.
How hurt is it looking? Is it like yeah?
It looks about maybe half of the fight it had in when it started.
It's a lot more fight left on it than I expected. Yeah, but all we have to do is take another shot. And curse ourselves for not shooting the stalactite originally instead of near it. Oh, sad face. It's a 10. I don't imagine that. Yep. All right, then that is after seeing this thing try to grab us a few times. Sorry, I'm looking for a place I might be able to get to. It gets me a well. All right, we're going to move into that doorway, which I don't think it's going to quite get us out of range this turn, but well, actually, you know what? We're going to duck back over here.
All right.
Right there.
Right line of sight. Yeah. Okay.
Yep. All right, that's my turn.
All right. Vinny, you are up. Talgar, you're on deck. Okay. It's actually pretty wise for a creature. Got an 18. That was a saving throw, wisdom saving throw. All right. Talgar, you're up.
All right. This time I'm going to attempt to break
Vesmir,
free.
you're on deck. All right. I need a athletics check.
$18.
It's tight, but you're able to break free.
That was my action, right?
That was your action.
All right. I'm going. Well, I'm still in melee range, so I'm not going to move away. I'm gonna stand here. And that's my turn.
Okay. Vesmir, you're up. Tyee, you're on deck.
Vesmir is still in a slight, just in a cautious state, moves back another 5 feet, and will cast Catapult again at level 1, sorry. Dex save of 14.
Uh, 10.
That's a fail. Oh, good damage, 18.
Oof.
And that's my turn.
It's definitely looking actually pretty banged up. Okay, and with that, Tyee, you're up.
Gonna try to break free.
All right.
By the
What
way,
kinda-
because it's
What
got
kind of check is that?
It's a strength check.
it's
So I
advantage.
just use my strength.
You can use athletics or your strength.
Use athletics or strength. Well, they're both gonna be
Yeah.
shit anyway.
What were you
Okay.
saying, Seraphic?
I cast adjust density on it originally, so strength saving throws, you've got advantage on them.
Oh, yeah, okay. So Tyee, you have advantage.
Uh, 17.
17 breaks you free.
Okay. I want to move back. Am I more than 5 feet away from it now?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna hit it with a arcane bolt, archery bolt. Does a 23 hit?
23 does hit.
9 radiant damage.
Okay.
And that ends my turn.
All right. It is going to lash a tentacle back out at you, back out at Talgar. And one at Vesmir. So first one to Tyee. Rolls a 23.
Yeah.
Talgar rolls a 19.
Miss.
Vesmir rolls a natural 1. So
Woohoo!
Tyee, it reels you in and attempts to bite you. It rolls a
Wait.
13.
It misses.
All right. And with that, that is. Oh, it has a bite attack left. It will attempt to bite. Oh no, it tried to bite Tyee. Never mind. Okay, yeah, that's its turn. Karl, you're up. Vinny, you're on deck.
Sorry, didn't hear the on deck, so I had to sprint back to my system. So it also occurred to me. So the question is: the path on our side of the river dark?
It's pretty dark, yeah.
Okay, well, I forgot to mention that, so we're going to take advantage of it now, though. So I'm going to move out into the darkness. I imagine I'm invisible largely at this point, and take a couple. Takes a shot with advantage at it.
Okay.
Well then, that was two
Wow.
threes. So I'm just going to like sheepishly crawl. I don't know if it can see me or not, so I'm going to crawl back in behind the corner, and that's my turn.
Okay, Vinny, you're up. Talgar, you're on deck. Yeah. Not gonna hit. Talgar, you're up. Vesmir, you're on deck.
All right, I'm gonna swing on this fucker. $22.
22 is a hit.
It's 10 damage.
10 damage. Okay. Anything else you're doing?
That's it.
All right. Vesmir, you're up. Look,
All right.
Paladins had smites and stuff.
Gonna do another catapult. So deck saving throw, 14.
Okay. Dex saving throw with my super high dex of an 8.
Cool.
4. Roll the 4.
11 points of damage.
11, you said?
Yes.
How do you want to do it?
Looking for the loose rocks. Vesmir waves his hand and force slides this rock straight through it. It's a flat disc of rock, and it slices through the center of this stalagmite thing and slices it in half.
It flays open, its tentacles lash about, releasing everybody who was grappled. And it just like spews its innards out as it's peeled in half, and we're out of combat. The fish and all the commotion is knocked into the water. I mean, if you really want the fish, you can have a live cave fish. So, what would the party like to do, having been separated across this raging torrent of water?
Well, now I know to shoot the thing that I think might be a monster.
Yes, it's more important to trust instincts, yes?
Would appear so.
Talgar, do you want to, or Vinny, or Tyee, do you have Piton? Put it into the rock, and we can get a rope to this side and get you across.
I have rope, but not piton.
So we need
I
not
still
use
have
any equipment. Just throw the rope over and pull us across. It's easy.
But I do not think
I'm a pretty big guy.
I'm gonna throw my rope across.
Okay, with a little bit of teamwork and for narration's sake, the party is able to reconvene on the far side there, safely across, away from the creature.
Does anybody have any idea what that was?
With some fish skeletons.
I'm gonna touch myself and cast Cure Wounds.
Okay.
You would touch yourself.
6. Perfect.
I was thinking it. You just said it.
How bad are you hurting?
I'm fine.
Well, that was a new experience.
Gosh, that was very good. I'm gonna round the corner into this next entrance here.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, let's see what we got.
Oh, it's interesting. Seems like it might be a prison of some sort. These doors here, they're probably locked. I don't think there's any need to believe they are trapped. That wouldn't make very much sense at all.
Yeah, I'll approach the first door to see if it's locked.
Yeah, so there's as you kind of reach this room, there's a sturdy door of iron plate that's standing open, set in the north wall of the cavern. Once impressive portcullis stands rotting, kind of lifted in its in place. Inside, you see a short passageway with 3 small iron doors set into the west wall. The first 2 are open, but the door at the end is closed.
Are there any keys hanging in the wall somewhere?
Not that you can see.
Ah, interesting.
I'll
Go and
approach-
get to work on that door there. I'll open these 2 over here.
So the
I
first 2
just-
cells are laid open and they are empty.
Okay, cool.
Just before you do, I have a curious thought. And Vesmir will grab the dwarven key that he found on the level 1 and attempt to use it on the lock.
It is not open. Doesn't
It
appear
was-
to be the right type of key.
It was worth a try. Karl, it is all yours.
Let's see what we can do. Karl takes out his thieves' tools and folds them on the
Yes,
on
and
the stone.
Vincent,
Starts trying to work the
Vincent,
lock.
pay very close attention now. May the Archer guide you. You have guidance.
Give me a dexterity check on just,
So is this is it sleight of hand? Okay.
it's dexterity. You can use dexterity or sleight of hand. whatever's most people have a higher sleight of hand.
Oof. Plus a d4.
Plus a d4.
Oof. Still only 14. 14.
You feel the mechanisms wanting to give way. You just can't seem to kind of get the last tumbler like locked into position. You feel you're so close, but just not there.
Must be one of those. Maybe it's rusted block. You know, this is really really old stuff. I'm normally pretty good at this.
God damn it, I missed it. So, Ty, as you're kind of standing around watching him pick the lock, you see kind of something half buried in the muck. It has just a touch of shine to it over in the corner.
Okay, I'll go over and just kind of kick the dirt off it and see what it is.
Well, it looks to be an old jailer's key.
Oh, well, look at this! And I hold the key up and I just put it into the keyhole and try to turn it. What happens?
It unlocks and the door swings open.
Wow.
How perceptive of you.
God.
As you kind of peer into this passage, you see that there is a skeletal remains of a dwarf in rusted plate armor.
Okay. Give him more attention. Take a look around.
Right, so the suit of plate armor looks too corroded to be of any use moving forward. But as you search over the rest of the corpse, there's a small silk purse that you discover that has 8 platinum pieces in it. And amongst the platinum pieces is a key. It's definitely a dwarven key, has dwarven kind of like just design as well as like a rune on the end of it, on the handle.
Well, gentlemen, there's quite a bit of platinum here, and there's seems to be another one of those keys. Vesmir, does this look the same as your key?
He matches them up. Do they look the same?
They do not. The one that was in this pouch looks just kind of a little bit more sturdy, bigger.
I might as well have the second keys. That's why we all know they're in the same place.
No, thank you. I shall hang on to that. Thank you.
Sure.
We shouldn't need keys after this. This, you know, this lock was rusted. The other ones, I can open them fine.
Oh yes, you never know.
All right, well, I guess we continue on our explorations. Although I'm not sure what else there is to explore.
Yeah, good.
No, you go ahead, please.
The river kind of looks like it's coming out of the stone wall here at the north end of the narrow cavern. The path doesn't look like it continues anymore that direction.
Well, there was a path upstairs that we did not explore. Also,
is the this
several
prison cell area at the end of this corridor, is that just designed for flavor, or does it look like there's something behind the passageway where Vesmir's standing?
What is that? There's nothing further there.
Oh, no.
looks like a bunch of coffins.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of dead people.
Looks really cool. Looks like a cross wooden platform.
I think that's what they were going for. A lot of these maps are made where they just like shove things into each other until it looks correct. Like the turning on the clipping and stuff. Anyway, what would the party like to do?
I think we need to go back upstairs.
All right.
Seems like we do. Like nothing else to see down here.
But if you are certain, I would like to see if there's anything down the water passage. I mean, you never know, you know? basically, Vesmir would like to drop the rat to the water and have him float down a little bit, and then bamf him back if there's anything, like once it starts getting pointless.
So did you release your familiar into the water? It takes a moment to orientate yourself as you're thrashing about, bubbles and water going over your head in the darkness. But you're quickly swept away downstream. The roof of the cavern cave kind of comes down to meet the water, and the whole torrent of this river is like being channeled down into the rock. And your rat quickly goes under the surface and is in just an underground riverway before bouncing off a couple rocks, being bamfed right before any significant damage occurred. But it only took seconds for you to basically be washed away.
Interesting. Very interesting. I'd be curious if I wasn't so fragile to see where that goes, but maybe in another lifetime.
So back up further we go, huh?
Okay, so if we're gonna just go straight back up to the previous level.
Yep.
Okay, so we can return to Mountain 3.
I noticed there's a distinct lack of peaks in that map.
It was a
I
ruse.
demand a refund.
It was a ruse.
He's got you
All
there.
right. So in the northeast, there is a gate that we need to explore.
Oh, from the big room?
Correct.
Did we know? Well, we must have known that. We must have known. Okay. All right, to the big room.
I feel we would take the entrance into the mushroom room. Vesmir didn't really have a look before, but he's interested to have another look around what's in the, I guess, flora room. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the big room we're going to. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So again, you come into this large chamber. It's got all the photophosphorus fungus and plants, large mushrooms. It's a rather exceedingly tall natural formation here.
He'd like to sort of look through it and see if there's anything that would. He doesn't have detect magic, but he just wanted to have a look if there's anything that would perhaps be used in some sort of arcane, like ingredients, spell ingredients.
Roll of nature.
Oh, it's almost a 19. 13.
You're able to find a few lichens that you can remember the name of that are not ultra valuable, but you could probably pawn it in the next town you're at.
No worries. Is there any other, while looking for this, is there any other ins and outs in this area?
Off the main cavern, as you explore around, there looks to be at least one natural cavern that looks to extend. There's kind of a rock slide, and then up above you can see a natural cavern that extends out to the northeast there. There's also a large stone door set into the wall there. It's cut into the cavern wall. It's like a small, strong-looking door made of solid iron plates.
Gentlemen, I would like to bring your attention to this one over here. And sort of points to the iron door, as well as he brings their attention to that, also making point of the rock slide above.
Okay. So what would you like to do?
Yeah, Vinny, go.
So these large doors, Tyee being as you're a little bit closer to it, um, they're made of iron plates. They're about 5 feet tall, 4 feet wide. There's heavy rivets that stud the surface, and you can see a somewhat tarnished, but under all the grime, you can still see the silver in the shape of a rune that matches the same emblem that you saw on the weapon that Lord Athon had showed you. It kind of gleams in contrast on to the door's rusted face.
Okay. I'm gonna walk up and just check the area out before I fiddle around a little bit anymore.
Okay. Nothing really jumps out at you.
Cool. I'm gonna try to open the door.
The door is locked.
Is there a
There's a-
keyhole?
There is a large keyhole.
I'm gonna try my key.
Is that the one you just got?
Yep.
Okay. The key slides into the lock. As you turn, these heavy, super, thick doors of iron swing almost effortlessly, perfectly balanced. They swing open into a hallway.
Oh, so that's a well-built door right there. That's fine craftsmanship.
Yes, these dwarves are quite masterful.
Is there in those coffins behind you?
Dwarves are a greedy lot. They tend to be the architects of their own demise.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what I named it. Okay. We are on mountainside.
You and your
Side note: Does it-
sneaky names.
does anybody else have like a small batch kind of salsa that they like that is so spicy that burns the shit out of your mouth, but it's delicious, so you keep eating it anyway?
Nope.
Hot sauce.
Yeah. No.
You need to find a salsa like that because it's delicious.
I don't eat things for the pain.
So the stairs at the end of this entrance lead upwards to an octagonal chamber. The stone that you walk upon is definitely precision cut, made by skilled dwarven hands. The floor is inlaid with cracked, dusty blue tiles, and the walls are dressed with polished marble. Large doors of iron-bound oak exit to the northwest and northeast.
We're in the halls of the Mountain Kings now.
3 cast bronze statues, almost 10 feet tall, stand by the west, north, and east walls. Each depicts an armed dwarf. The eastern and western ones carry axes and shields. The center statue is armed with 2 axes. The ceiling rises in a dome almost 30 feet above the floor. From somewhere in the distance, you can hear the faint ringing of a hammer on an anvil.
There's no way there's dwarves alive here, is there?
Well, what we've seen in the previous caverns is probably just about anything in these caves. I have a thing for going to the right first. Shall we just try this door?
I think this is actually a good place for us to stop this week.
Cool.
Oh,
With the completion of where we're at, everybody has made it to level 4.
Yay!
Ooh.
dang!
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.